What's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Real Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog. I'm going to quickly lower this down, that we were ready for showdown. But it's your boy, Thriller here, and we are here with yet another week of the UNPL D-League as we are taking on Coach Cool Nick of the Okay, computer, can we stop? Of the San Antonio Slackings. Cool Nick, cool. It's actually been very flexible to scheduling. Just because I was originally going to stream with Brendan, aka my friend Dirt 26, on his Switch, but Brendan's having internet things, and originally we were going to play with 4. He was willing to play before the streams now because the streams got switched around. So shouts to Nick, cool guy, man, which is why he's cool. Stupid. But first off, this is also going to be one of the few videos that we start off where we have 104 subs, which again, thank you all so much again for all your love and support. I promise I'm going to keep doing my best to bring the best content for you guys. But right now, we got a match to focus on. So if you guys are excited, like, comment, share, subscribe, join the Foot Shocker crew today to be feeling with the king of the crew. With that being said, let's get into it. So my opponent's team has Iron Valiant, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Cleavor, Tinglu, Corviknight, Rotom Wash, Screamtail, Uzzle, Greedent, mastering with all their Terra captains being the last 3 with Fire, Grass, Dragon, Normal, Ghost, Fairy, Flying, Water, Grass. Now, what do I expect from my opponent this week? I'm expecting his Terramon to be Salazzle and Mastering. I do not think he brings Greedent this matchup. He could very well, but Greedent would be forced to beat Fairy. I do expect, though, more than likely the Mastering to Terra, because I actually think an offensive Mastering kind of goes really hard into my team if I'm not careful. So I do think that's a possibility. Plus, I also think Sticky Wisp makes a ton of sense into my team, but he might be a little fearful of that because of Annihilate, so that's going to be something we have to very much look out for. As you can see, though, these are the typings that I am primarily expecting my opponent to bring. I think Water or Flying makes the most sense into my team. I think Screamtail makes a ton of sense into my team just because I do not have a good counterplay to a defensive Screamtail. Iron Valiant is really, really good. I really don't think any of his waters look really good in this matchup, in my honest opinion. Just because I think with having Rillaboom, it's really pressuring good. And plus with having Manaphy, which also can check them as well, I think it's really hard for them to deal with. So, with that being said, let's talk about our matchup here. We're bringing Agility Offensive Chief this week. Our Hisuian Bravey with Agility, Psychic, Heat Wave, and Hurricane. Rocking out with Life Orb, Sheer Force this week, baby. Just hit as maximum hard as we can. 12 in HP, 96 defense, 76 depth, and 72 speed with a modest nature. With this, we outspeed everything on their team at +1. We do not outspeed at +1 Iron Valiant, so that's going to be something we have to be very mindful about that when we pull it off right here. But this thing kind of just clicks a button into my opponent's team. He has no good switches to my dual stab plus Heat Wave because like it's just so good into his team. I was thinking about originally going maybe Tinted Lens in this matchup, but I felt like having the coverage with Sheer Force is really, really good. Up next, we're bringing our Florges this week, and honest to God, Florges really just sits on this guy's team. Florges is max Fizz Depth this matchup to be able to just take things really. It can actually be able to deal with the Corviknight. If Corviknight does not have a Steel type move, this actually sits in front of Corviknight and just gets free Calm Minds up. And once we hit +6, we pretty much just OHKO, if not 2 KO, every single thing my opponent has to deal with. Up next, we're bringing back Silhouette, our Darkrai. We actually have a very unique Darkrai spread this week. We are rocking with a Timid set. This is faster than everything in my opponent's team, which is very mindful not. I think actually it might not be. No, it's actually not faster than Valiant. I think actually. I think it's not faster than Valiant because I actually want the Valiant to not be able to do much. Nasty Pull out 3 attacks with Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and Sludge Bomb. 136 in HP, 20 in defense. This actually lets me guarantee live 1 hit from the Iron Valiant or any fighting type variant out there. Now, if he goes for the Fairy move, which is very a possibility he could be, and I might regret not going with this, but this also helps any potential fighting coverage that my opponent has. Basically, if we can kind of get this thing in, it kind of does a lot, especially if they think I'm scarred and they want to try to go for Vacuum Wave instead of have booster speed. It really helps with that as well to kind of deal with that priority option as well. But this thing can really just claim house. Up next, we're bringing Cranky Kong with a very unique set. We're not bulk up this week. We're actually kind of just defensive Annihilate this week. We are Taunt, Rage Fist, Rock Tomb, and Drain Punch. We basically outspeed pretty much all of the bulk except for Streamtail. But basically, the design of this thing is to hopefully on a potential switch in for the Corviknight or the Screamtail to taunt it to shut it down, and then Rock Tomb to kind of help with speed control and also deal with the Salazzle so we don't get burnt. Salazzle and also dealing with the Masquerain if it switches on me. Ray Trace plus Drain Punch though it has no resisted hits on his entire team, which I think is really important. So with that being said, Annihilate kind of does really well. 116 HP max defense and 140 speed def with the Impish nature. And we're bringing some heat, baby. I don't stop bringing that heat. You already know I'm not going to stop doing that. But this is a little bit of a risky, heaty set here. We actually are running enough speed to outspeed, I think it was a modest Salazzle, I think it was possibly. We're rocking with Bulk Up, Grassy Glide, Knockoff, and U-Turn. Basically, this is hoping to get procced by the weakness policy on a Corviknight over a Salazzle. Grassy Glide, Knockoff, and Low Kick really just check a lot of things my opponent has. If we wheel down the Salazzle to a certain degree and the Corviknight down, if we get a Bulk Up plus Weakness Policy off, we pretty much can put that thing in range and just OHKO it with a Grassy Glide, which I think is really, really cool. Really important in this matchup. Really puts in a lot of offensive pressure in this matchup. Also, we're Terra Ground on the Void just for defensive typing. And last but not least, we're rocking with King, our Manaphy this week with Tail Glow, Surf, Shadow Ball, and Psychic. Almost damn near max HP. 148 in defense, 32 speed up, and 92 speed. Again, enough speed to outspeed the bulk that we really want to go for in this matchup. But more importantly, be physically defensive and just take hits. So with that being said, let's go ahead and send the challenge over to Nick. And let's get this party started, baby. Very nervous. Very nervous for this matchup. Good luck and have fun. Alright, so they do bring Ting Louie. Very interested to see them bring Ting Louie in this matchup. I did not think Ting Lu had that good of a matchup into me, to be completely honest. Sorry guys. Okay, I was just checking something. So they bring no Masquerain. That's huge, actually. That's really huge to see no Masquerain. We do see a Rotom Wash, so we do need to be a little careful on that. There is no... Okay, come on, game. There is no Cleavor, there is a Tinglu, and there's a Salazzle. Okay, so Salazzle is going to be the Terra Captain in this matchup, which I'm expecting to be Dragon or Grass, if I want to be honest with you. Tinglu. So we're looking at Fire, Grass, Dragon. Okay. Otherwise, he brought exactly what I was expecting. So Darkrai kind of goes silly in this matchup. Darkrai kind of goes bonkers in this matchup. My Annihilate now looks insanely good in this game. I really wish I went with Facade now. Kind of wish I did that. Also, what stops Manaphy? Manaphy kind of just sets up and wins, so that's also really good. Chief looks insane in this matchup. Chief goes absolutely bonkers. We need to whittle down that Rotom just a little bit, but it can kind of put in some good work here. Florges, I'm probably not going to be able to tear this thing now, which is a little unfortunate for us, but it's not the end of the world. So, I see him leading either with the Tinglu, the Rotom, or the... What's it thing? I think I'm going to lead off with my Donkey Kong here. I think it's a pretty safe lead into anything he wants to do here, as he does lead the Tinglu. He's probably going to hazards up here, so I'm just going to bulk up here in front of his face. He's probably going to go straight into the Corviknight, knowing that this is a really good counter into him. He also could value spikes or rocks here. He does have to be a little mindful that I do have the option to have either Heavy Duty Boots or to have the option to defog the hazards away. So I think he should play it safe and go into his Corviknight or even to his Salazzle to a certain degree. But I think Corviknight's always his best switch in here. Now, if Weakness Policy ends up getting procced and we're not going to be able to get only maybe like 1 KO or something, then that's just how it is, you know? It's just going to be the way it is. He is going to go to the Corviknight. Now, the question is, does he want to U-turn on me? I'm faster than No Bolt Corviknight. That's the issue there. I think I'm going to knock here. Yeah, I want to knock here. Is it worse? So he taunts me. Okay, that's fine. So I'm +1. I'm going to go for a low kick here to get some chip damage here. And actually, that looks like that might be... Also, I'm sorry if my mouse goes a little sporadic here, guys. I legitimately do know what's going on with the mouse. I think I legitimately have to. I'm sorry, I also say the same words over again. I really do think I'm gonna have to probably buy a new computer just because like it's getting really ridiculous that it's just not working. Well, not really that it's working. It's just that it's not doing much for me here. All right, so that does 26 to 31. Look at 33. You probably are not defensive. Fizz death. You're probably spud death. So if you're careful, because I need to be doing around 33%. No. So you're probably, if you're defensive then, you're probably not max fizz death. You're probably somewhere around this line. So you're not near max defensive, which means this low kick won't do too much to you, but it'll do some damage. So I'm gonna go for the low kick here. See how much this does. 27%. So 26. That's about what it should be doing. I'm gonna low kick here again. Any brave birds? The space! The space! The space is here, baby! I'm now +3. Low kick does 40 to 47. Oh wait, duh. So he's at 50% right now. Knockoff doesn't kill, unfortunately. He might be forced to. Well, let's think about this, right? So recoil-wise, he did... So he was sitting at like around 60-some. I think he expects me to low kick here again. I want to knock here. Very risky play. But I really think he's going to expect me to click low kick here. And he probably thinks that this kills him now. I do think he has to save this. And if you go into either Screamtail or the Salazzle, I'll love you forever. Because he could just trade this. Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's get it. No terror for you. Oh, no terror for you. No terror for you. So you are speed. All right. Iron Valiant. If you are Swords Dance. +1. I take any hit from you. If you are special, Moonblast needs a max roll to knock me out. Interesting. So he's probably SD right here. I think I plan to save this, actually. Yeah, I'm going to save this. Yes, SD. So he's Iron Valiant Swords Dance. So he's +2. So unfortunately, Weakness Policy Rillaboom didn't get to pop off. I'm big sad. I really wish he would let that happen. So he's got to be Spirit Break if he's this. And I believe I should take this. He's got to be Jolly. He can't be Adamant. Yeah, I 100% will always take this hit. So I force him either to go into the Corviknight or to sack this. He can't be Adamant. Adamant does not give him enough speed investment that he needs to. And even if he goes to being Adamant, he still needs pretty much damn near a max roll to knock me out. So I'm just gonna Moonblast here. Now the question is, does he give up his booster, or does he just try to go for damage on the block on my Florges here? If I'm him, honestly, I just go for the Florges. Like, yeah, you'll lose your Valiant, which means you'll probably lose to Darkrai. But at the same time, it's just like you can't risk it, you know? I personally think, yep, going for Spirit Break doesn't knock me out. Oh wait, I didn't calc at -1. At -1, I do 93 max. So 83. Okay, so that was a slight roll. It was a slight roll, but the roll was heavily in my favor. So that's awesome, though. Get that stupid Valiant out of the way. And now I think we kind of just win here. So let's see. Your Taunt, Roost, Brave Bird. I think we just go into King here and we start clicking buttons, man. I'm faster than you. And let's do more to Stream Tail here. Stream Tail. If it's Spadef support with speed with my Manaphy, and I'm at +3. Shadow Ball's my best bet here. And he's just gonna Encore again. So he's gonna probably go into the Rotom here. Or does he want to get Rocks up? Wash. Fizz Def Wash, you don't do anything to me. So he unfortunately is fast. Very unfortunate. I'm just burning Encore turns now. Now here's the thing, right? He's probably clicking Encore here. I think this is the perfect opportunity to go into Chief here. Yup. Agility up, baby. We agility up, and then we start clicking motherfreaking buttons with this thing. We are definitely putting ourselves in a very strong position. Definitely putting ourselves in a very strong position right now. The problem is, though, he was just making too many aggressive plays, man. He was really going super aggressive. So we see Encore from this thing. We see Taunt, Roost, Brave Bird. He protected. Okay, that's fine. I'm faster than him now. Guaranteed. Scream Tail. Taunt Encore. So with my Hussein Braviary, Hurricane's probably my best move to go here for. Yeah, I'm just go for Hurricanes. Get the damage. Now we are Encore, which is a little unfortunate, but I just go for Hurricane again. So he's Protect Encore, which I don't know if I like that set. I think that's a little bit of a really, really passive set. Just because, like, any good, like, because, like, I mean, to be fair, I guess he's going to run a decent chunk of speed here. But if I were him, you're better off going into things like Rotom or Corviknight to force me out. Actually, you're better going to Rotom because that way you can try to get some momentum going with Rotom. Unfortunately for him now, though, he's weakening down his Screen Tail. And actually, I can gauge the damage off Screen Tail here. 64%. So I did about 65, which is about a max roll. So it looks like he's somewhat speed Screen Tail. In comes the Rotom. We do get the damage off on Rotom. That does 60%. So is that offensive Rotom? Rotom Wash. Even if it's Fizz Def, 46 to 55. Yeah, I think that's offensive Rotom. Yeah, I lose nothing clicking Hurricane here again. You're a good bird. No, you go into Ting Lu. Wow, very surprised you would go into the Ting Lu. Very surprised you would go Ting Lu. That was bound to happen. He's gonna win me. Interesting. So what I think I want to do here, I'm gonna Tail Glow again. You go Scream Tail. I do this again. You're not encoring me, dude. We get the agility up again. This is the problem with Screen Tail. Screen Tail is very, very, very passive. And he's really getting into a checkmate position, especially since Rillaboom. Oh man, is Rillaboom looking good now. Like, Rillaboom is pretty much in prime position to win this game. Because, like, after one bulk up, you're going to die. You just straight up die. You might live, but after a bulk up, you guarantee die. I think we got Nick here in a pretty bad checkmate position here. Man, I have so many. I have two mons that are fighting for thumbnail, being Braviary and Rillaboom. But yeah, he's just in a non-stop cycle. Like, he can protect, but the thing is, he saw that Screen Tail takes like 60-some% from this thing. So he knows if I land a Hurricane, I knock him out. And that's the problem with him being faster. With him being faster than me, that's where this comes back to bite him, because now with me being faster, his Encore doesn't work, and it puts him in a tougher spot. I think we really have put him in almost checkmate position. Now, it's not over yet. He can still win this game if I really play and choke like a mad lad. He's probably thinking either to click Protect here, or I was going to say you could do that too. Now, he's going to probably click Protect here, so I am going to click Hurricane here. He also could go, I want to say you can go into the Ting Lu potentially as well. We are not going to get Fusion. So this is probably most likely a roll. And we don't get the roll, unfortunately. He is going to go for the rocks here, actually. And now I go for Heat Wave. Because now this guaranteed dies to Heat Wave. It covers a Corviknight switch in. And I think at this point in time, we might just win the game here. So he did bring a fully support Screen Tail, which I was somewhat banking on him being. If his last move's Thunder Wave and we bring it down to him and he has no other Pokemon, Like, we'll still play it out if he really wants to, but if he wanted to, well, I guess if he forfeits the game, he would lose. Would he? No, I don't think forfeiting is a thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if he literally doesn't have a move to hit me, I guess he doesn't have Thunder Wave. Because if he had Thunder Wave, he would have showed it by now. So I'm gonna say he goes into this. I click Hurricane. He makes a smart play and clicks Protect there. I click Hurricane here again. There is no downside to clicking Hurricane here. So if we're doing about 60% to Screamtail, right? Screamtail. Yeah, he's this set, so he's got to be Dazzling Gleam. So if we're doing about 60 something, we do 60. Okay, it's not a roll. No, or it is a roll. And we just got max roll. If that was max roll, I do apologize. But I think this Braviary is going to sweep now. I think this Braviary is going to sweep now. And to everyone that said, Braviary wasn't going to be great, I just proved it, baby. G, let's go! Massive victory for us here. We really needed that victory. We were both going 1-2 into this matchup. I'll see you guys in a bit here. Bye.